Hi, I'm Natalie and welcome back. So if we've gotten to the point where we've decided we're gonna open our marriage, the next step or big conversation that you should consider having is rules. If you're gonna change the entire makeup of your marriage, it's really important to implement certain boundaries or rules that you and your partner decide on. Now, even at the end of the conversation, if you decide we're not gonna put in rules, that's great. But I highly recommend having the conversation. It doesn't hurt anything. Each person gets to be heard, what their fears are, how to overcome that. If you come to the conclusion you don't want or need rules, no problem. One thing I will say is this though, it is easier to remove boundaries and rules as you go than it is to implement them. So you might want to keep that in mind. Now, when my husband and I sat down to decide what we were going to do for rules, we went back and forth a few times and we decided on 5 core rules, which I'll share with you. The first one was that we would not be dating any friends or family at all. Like there was no reason to add any unnecessary confusion or hurt or anything. It was like we were so new at this and just going through, there was no need for that. Even if we had friends that were also open, it was just a no. We weren't interested in any of that. We also agreed that we would be discreet. So even though I would be going away, he would be staying in town. So there wouldn't be public displays of affection or anything like that. And that's how it started. I mean, when we initially wrote these rules, we weren't exactly super confident in this new life. We were still pretty insecure and nervous, but we had each other, so we powered through because that's what we wanted. Another thing that we decided on was that we wouldn't get involved with people who were cheating, people who were having affairs or lying to their partners, that there were enough people that were either open or single. We didn't want to become secrets. We didn't want to be those people that, helped other people cheat or lie or any of that. I didn't want partners on my doorstep yelling and screaming for my family to see. That was unnecessary. So we did the best we could to cut out that type of stuff. Another thing that we agreed upon was that no matter what, we would be open and honest. That if we decided to do this, which we did, that there was nothing we couldn't tell one another. And I mean, think about it. If you can tell your partner that you want to open your marriage and have experiences with other people, there's not really much you can't tell your partner. So that one seemed pretty easy, so we put it in there. And whatever you decide for rules, that's between you and your partner. You don't even need any outside interference or advice or anything. Just sit down and have the conversation. Like I said, you might end up with no rules whatsoever, but I highly recommend that you have the conversation. Thanks so much for stopping by.